The dream is real. Yeah. Can I get a standing ovation for the authentic voice of culture? We are TKBS, and I go by many names. But today, I'm gonna let you know another one. Confucius. That's right, I'm a vampire from the year 200 BC. I've been biting bitches before Christ. I'm joking. That was a promo for my upcoming Halloween party at Palo Santo called Dusk Till Dawn. That's right. This is a beautiful space, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you all about it come this Friday when tickets go on sale. But other than that, how you doing, TKBS Nation? You good? Did you have a good weekend? Huh? Did you get outside and exercise your right to catch something before hibernation season? Oh yeah, because it's fastly approaching out here. Okay, we need y'all to get focused and stay warm. Okay, me had an amazing weekend. I got outside and I was supporting some of my people, man. One time for my dog, Juan Farmer. Yeah, so proud of that boy, man. Hit me with a special morning on the 5th anniversary of his celebration for sea salt. And I was like, you know what? I gotta show up for my partner, man. Got it together. I put it on. You know, I had that Western theme, you know what I'm saying? Louis Vuitton on. Big shout out to Britt Matisse, Chris Stainless. They're all partners in this amazing establishment. Sea Salt is on Howell Mill Road. And it was like running into family, y'all. Like I got an opportunity to see people I grew up with. Big shout out to my old Rowdy Records crew, you know. And I just enjoyed it. You know, I was feeling down that day. I have so much disruption in my life with all this, you know, renovation going on in one house. I had a leak in my other house. They're putting down floors. It's like a war zone walking through. Let me not dare say that, actually. It's not a war zone. It's just some uncomfortable stepping through. Okay, let's get the words together because it could be a whole lot worse. Free Palestine.
Amen.
Amen.
So, you know, I just was down though. I just, you know, waking up in my house, not seeing all my art on the walls and my furniture and I just was in my feelings. But I went out and I'm so glad I did. I saw people that I actually love and appreciate, and they spoke life into me. And so I kept that show up for my people energy the rest of the weekend. I went to the 5th anniversary for Sauce Buckhead and supported my brothers, the Boccies. Yeah. Bocce and I used to do cassette together. Love that brother. His little brother, K Bocce, works out at the same gym. And, you know, we always having these meaningful, spirited conversations. I wanted to go show up for them. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night. Oh, yeah, baby. Old school Saturdays did not disappoint. One time for my brother, Marlon Nichols. That's right. Marlon, you are an ATL national treasure. I salute you. I will continue to support you. And you really are the glue, man. And I just want you to know I appreciate you. DJ Exact and DJ Mike Webster did they Thug Thizzle for Shizzle. I appreciated their presence. They're a tandem. They DJ all over the city. So make sure when you hear their names, you go check them out. I'm talking about Crates. I know you youngins do CDJ and download and spreadsheets and shit. But Crates. I can't fuck with you if you don't know what the Crates are. You know what I'm talking about? So big shout to DJ Exact, DJ Mike Webster. And then y'all, at the end of the night, I was having the time of my life. I mean, it was just great to be at an event where you love the music and you didn't have to have skips or wait for other things to come or the next DJ to get on to have a good time. I mean, it was a fucking experience. And of course, I gave him an experience on that mic. But ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of the night, right? And I'm going past my time. Matter of fact, Tiff, give him that story time. So it's the end of the night. I had such a pleasure of rocking with Exact and DJ Mike Webster. So I go behind the turntables. And of course, I'm in front and I'm doing my thing all night. But I go behind the turntables because I want to show these brothers some love. And it's overtime. I'm telling you, I'm done. I'm ready to go. The tequila has been tequila-ing. And I feel good. I'm talking about Halle Berry good. And all of a sudden, I get a tap on my shoulder. I look back, because nobody's been tapping my shoulder really all night. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of been a free flow, which I love too. So I turn around and I recognize the brother, but what he said next didn't align with my spirit. He said,
"Hey, I need you to turn this music up."
So immediately I froze, you know what I'm talking about? And I said, well, play, I don't know, why you talking to me? You can talk to the DJs.
Nah, I need you to make sure that, because it's starting to slow down. I'm like,
I can see. It's the end of the night.
Yeah, but we need to get this thing down.
I said, okay, you know what? Hold on, player. Put the mic down, went to go get my stuff. So I'm chilling. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I felt your energy and you trying to search yourself, but I wasn't with it. And it wasn't the energy that I had permeated through that motherfucking beautiful ass party all night. So I was like, let me get off the stage. So I get off the stage. Now mind y'all, I had a dookie rope on. If you don't know what a dookie rope is, Google it. I don't know if actually the fat gold rope chain gonna come up, but it should, because that's what we called it back in the day. So I go take my chain off because I was in my wife beater this time. Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you see me in my wife beater, I'm having a good time. And then if I'm out the wife beater, somebody pregnant. Not by me, but somebody in there is, you know what I'm saying? So I take my chain off, I give it to Suki, and big shout to Suki, she came out. Tiffany ain't show up, but Suki came out, child, and she had a great time. Suki's my stretch lady. Y'all be seeing her on my Instagram when I'm always like, she's trying to hurt me. She put me in a figure 4 lock. What's the dude called? The iron sheet you put in the camel clutch. That's what the fuck Suki does to me. But she came, we had a good time. So I gave her my chain so I get to put my shirt on. I put my jacket on, put my chain back on. And then I look back and I see the nigga talking shit. So I'm like, how, Sway? Now mind y'all, I do not know who this man is. The only time I seen him all night was right before Greg Nice, my man from Nice and Smooth, came up and did this performance for me, right? And the only thing I said to him all night was, what's up, player?
He said, yeah, Greg Nice wants to come on and show you some love.
I said, absolutely. I said, tell him 30 minutes. That's my entire exchange with this man. So I'm looking back, seeing this motherfucker talking shit, and I'm just like, how, Sway? Like, and I'm in shape. So I'm looking at this man like, relax, bro. Like, it's like a fake left go right and you sleep. Like, it's not even you know what I'm saying? But I have to remember in my mind, I don't know what's going on in people's lives. I don't know what's going on in people's heads. So I'm really trying to talk because I saw the promoters going to him. The promoters I knew, it was 2 guys I knew, one Marlon Nichols and the other guy that I saw, he kept coming to stage all night. So I knew who he was, but I didn't know this guy. So I said, oh, they must know him. Let me go find out. So I go try to have a conversation. And I'm met immediately like,
nah, fuck that.
And for me, I'm grown now, and I want to stay grown in all the ways. You dig what I'm saying? But there's certain trigger words that used to lead with a hand flying or a drop kick or, you know what I'm saying, a bum rush. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to beat. I'm like, what you mean? Nigga, I said, first of all, I don't know you. And that just kind of like sent him in a spiral because he was actually one of the promoters, right? And so I was like, come on, let's go in the back. However they wanted to take it, I want to go in the back because if we can have the same energy, not in this situation, Namayo was not in front of the crowd, so big shout to everybody. I'm glad you ain't had to see this little bit of uncomfortability, but I'm getting to my point. We go to the back, and it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that. I didn't have it no more. He didn't have it no more. And it was an apology from him to me, which I greatly appreciate. But it was more over like, we gotta always, and that's why I did my Soul Food Sunday this past weekend. We always gotta let the light bearers project this light. And whatever uncomfortability you have or insecurity you have, there's nothing that words can't fix. The right words, the right energy. But when you come with weird ass energy, you just never know how people are cut or what they gonna do. And as a matter of fact, if you are over 50 years old, the words is all you got. Let's stop showing up with all this bravado and extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it can really go left and you just don't heal as well at this age. And I ain't trying to have no lumps and no soreness either. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for episode 157, The People Business. Yeah, this episode was inspired by all the things that happened this week. And I was on some missions, child. I had some escapades through the city. And for the most part, it was great seeing everybody. Yeah, genuinely good seeing everybody. The fucking Rasta pasta at Sea Salt tastes like Jesus made it. I ended up after the old school Saturdays at Magic City for the lemon pepper wings, because I only go for the lemon pepper wings. I don't want y'all to get it confused when y'all see me in that thing. But seriously though, there's been some conversations I've been having. I want to share them with you. I feel, this is me, y'all. I feel like there needs to be some drastic changes in the nightlife and in the restaurant world. And on today's episode 157, The People Business, we got to make it about the people again. And I'm gonna give you some intelligent, smart, fun, innovative ways that we can do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start with these restaurants and then get to the nightlife, because these two things, ladies and gentlemen, are two different things. Restaurants. Restaurants are about four things: the food, the drinks, the ambiance, and the customer service. Can I get the air horns off? Come on. Yeah. All right, number one, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably most important at restaurants. The food has to be consistent. There's no way that you're gonna keep coming back for something that does not taste like Jesus made it. Can I get a round of applause? I want to come to an establishment to eat, and I want it to be the same way every time. That's why when Houston's one of the most consistent restaurants I ever been to now won't butterfly my steak and make it medium well, I ain't been back.
Damn.
Now, my anniversary is this Thursday, October 16th. Jessica booked a reservation. Where do you think she booked a reservation, Tiffany? Houston's. Okay, so we're gonna pray for my anniversary. They do that because I love everything else about that restaurant. And it's important because you go to these places to be reminded of the exceptional meal you had. We need consistency. Number two, mixed drinks or cocktails have to be equal parts of all the ingredients.
Come on, man.
A spicy margarita is not gonna taste the same with too much lime or Cointreau orange liqueur. Stop trying to be creative. It needs the right amount of jalapeno peppers, preferably fresh cut and put and mixed and shaken. And y'all keep fucking it up. Sorry, I had a bad experience this weekend. But I got a solution for you. Go ahead and batch the motherfuckers. And you can't have no bartenders that don't drink. The fuck? Number three, the ambiance is crucial as well. If you are serious about your business, the decor and feeling should be an expression of what you're selling.
Facts.
Come on now, how you gonna have Taco Tuesday or have a Mexican restaurant, ain't a sombrero in the mouth? You don't have no maracas shakers, nigga, you ain't got no goddamn good salsa. The fuck? I'm sorry I'm cursing, but this is all real. And you gotta know this. If you're getting into the restaurant business, it's visual for a lot of people. They need things they can attach to as far as the themes, ladies and gentlemen, the colors, the lighting. This can all tell a story for you that truly sets you apart. Number four, customer service is a lost art.
Come on, Jesus.
And this to all my owners and managers. We know that there's a high turnover when hiring these folks. And I know it. Most coming in are going right back out when the next opportunity arises. But guess how you keep them? Guess how you retain your dream team or even build one? You make them feel a part of the movement. That's right. Your dreams have to become their dreams. And to all the hosts, greeters, security, wait staff, chefs, valet cleaning staff, the most important thing that you all need to know is that it's not about you. Y'all all think y'all the star. You think it's your shit, and yes, you should feel like that as far as your particular contribution to the establishment. But it's not about you. It's about the service and the fucking food. You get those drinks in there too, child, because ain't nothing like a good spicy margarita. We need it. We got to have it. Yes, and our job is to make our guests have the experience of a lifetime every time. Those are the things that go into making an incredible environment in a restaurant. And another thing we have to get rid of immediately is hookah in restaurants. It's a no smoke zone. Nobody wants to be smelling, what is this shit called, Tiffany? The Tricks is for Kids flavor. Or the motherfucking Purple Source Rex, you goofy mother. That shit is so, I do not want to inhale the amazingness of the food, right? Because when I go into a restaurant, I don't know about y'all, but I want to smell. When I go in Houston's, I smell what I'm about to eat. They might not even be cooking it at that moment, but I literally smell the filet, you know what I'm saying? The baked beans, you know what I'm saying? I smell the things I want to eat. Hookah gets in the way of that, and we got to do a better job. And that leads me to the clubs, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday night's experience showed me that people actually still want to have a good time. It doesn't have to be as performative as the VIP bottle service era has made it. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, bring back the dance floor. Yeah, this will force people to actually have to talk to one another instead of being perched up on a couch looking down at someone.
Message.
Do not let that go over your head, please. Because that's what it feels like. And then it's forcing you to feel like you're supposed to be there with them, and that's not the case. The bottom line is we supposed to be having a great time in the place, bars. And also, number two, limit the VIP tables. Yeah, make that function of those intimate spaces special. Again, yeah, we need to feel special. And I get it, you want to have a birthday party. That's when you get a table, right? But if we go back to first come, first serve, and then provide tables, right? Tabletops can be around the club, seating, so that when somebody does get tired or you want to go talk to somebody and there's a 2-seater over there open or like 3 chairs, whatever in a row, that you can go over there and actually get back into the communal spirit of the party. What's wrong with that? And yes, VIP is necessary, but it should not be the basis of your experience. Damn, give me the air horns for that one. All right, number 3, and this is serious, y'all. Hookah has to get out the club. I think smoking in general has to get out the club. You should not be allowed to smoke inside of clubs anymore. Number 1, women hate it because they go home smelling like the crack house. Their hair stank. I don't want to go home smell like a crack house. And I know some of you don't know what a crack house smelled like, but it's a bunch of chemicals that don't get out your clothes. We tired. It has to go. And it's time, because most clubs have outdoor patios. If you want to go do that, you go do that. But hookah, blunts, cigarettes, all that should not be allowed in your party experience. Number 4, bring back dress code. Trust what I'm saying, because looking like anything just ain't an option no more. We have to have some type of guardrail so people know how to act as well, ladies and gentlemen. If you got it on, you want to keep it on. You ain't trying to have your shit get stained or get stepped on, and you're going to act accordingly. You're going to walk more graceful, and you're going to show up how you want to be received. And by the way, I want to tell this to some of y'all out there. Designer clothes don't make you a runway model.
Message.
I don't care whose feelings I'm hurting, because it's a fact. And I got a quote for you. You might want to tattoo this on your forehead. It ain't about what's on you if the taste level ain't in you. Come on. God damn it. Hope that sizzles in your spirit. Number 5, stop price gouging.
Come on now, dog.
Yeah, special events calls for special pricing. I get it. But if you want consistency from your patrons, you gotta have consistent prices. There ain't no way somebody working a 9 to 5 can pay $200 for parking, entry, and drinks every week. Just not possible. I don't want to feel like that. By the way, I went to Magic City, and this is a perfect example of peer pressure. I did not want to get no ones. I swear to God, I want to help these children with their dreams, child, but I did not want to get no ones. But I got in there, I got to talking to motherfuckers and all the girls. Now, mind you, Chrissy, remember we hired Chrissy and them for No Ordinary Love, the first one. They was on the polls. If y'all didn't come to No Ordinary Love, the first one, y'all missed out, but you got a chance to come to No Ordinary Love, Dusk Till Dawn Halloween party at Palo Santo. Do not miss that. Tickets go on sale soon. But Tiff, when I tell you I got them ones because I felt responsible, I felt like that was part of the culture, and I don't want to be made to feel like that. And nobody should be, to be honest with you. And not that Magic or, Lil Magic made me, but it was just like damn, you gotta do it if you in here. You a player. Look at all that Gucci you got on, Kenny. But something got to give, ladies and gentlemen, because folks got to be able to goddamn go out and support you, but they can't do it if you goddamn price gouging. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, hosting is a selfless and sometimes thankless job. And I know, because there's been plenty of time I've been on stage, people that had the time of their life, and they get it credit to somebody else.
Damn.
That is not a shot to none of the DJs I've ever worked with. That's not a shot to the promoters, but it's a thankless job because I don't ever say my name. And I think that's part of the magic, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about you. Stop being so self-righteous and such an egomaniac. It's bad for the sport. Some of y'all are out here literally thinking it's about you. You are replaceable. Matter of fact, you're not even making enough money to call it a career. Let's just start there.
Damn.
Number two, you're not that talented. You have to give out certain shout outs because there's a responsibility by the club. You're being used. The way to effectively do it is by, number one, knowing it's not about you. Number two, making the experience unforgettable. That means you got to know everything that's going on in the room. You got to be able to identify the problem before it happens so you can dissolve it. That means switch the music. If you in turn up mode and they over there huffing and puffing, get some slow songs going on so a booty might rub against a thigh. You might fuck around, get some, but you out here not knowing the skill set it takes. Just because you got a tone or just because you got an ability to rap don't mean you're a host. I need hosts to make hosting great again. Or DJs. Learn how to talk on the mic. You can get rid of them motherfuckers. Some of us are irreplaceable though. All right, number 7, ladies and gentlemen, DJs have to get back to the music.
Amen.
Because the way y'all playing these same sets at the same time of night with no intentionality or creativity is super whack and shows your lack of skill. Because I get to mention them crates, Tiffany. You know, I like to throw it in their face. The art of DJing is a science birthed from the appreciation and dedication to uplifting our music to different levels and frequencies. How can you take somebody on a musical journey and you staying in trap music?
Message.
How can you expect the girls to actually start to get moist if you ain't playing songs that's speaking to the lower third, center, multiple, life-giving portion of their body? I tried. But how, Sway? And you know you want to go on vacation and you ain't played no reggae, no salsa, nothing from the Caribbean? And we're not a monolith, black people. Pop music is a good thing. Rock music is a good thing. Throw some curveballs in that motherfucker sometime. You will never know unless you really put on a show. I love that part. Number 8, ladies and gentlemen, vision. A lot of people in this game right now lack vision. We first have to see it to believe it. And think about this, ladies and gentlemen. In a world of massive LED lights, screens, unbelievable light shows, you have to know, you gots to know that grass walls and neon signs are not the star of the show no more. Oh, damn, Timmy, I'm up here rhyming today, child. But guess what? You still have time. And it's time to create your wildest dreams. So get out there and get creative. Big shout out to all the people that are really doing it in the country. And a lot of them are my friends. They go travel to get ideas for their menu. They go travel to get ideas for their club. They're constantly trying to better the experience for you. And that's what we have to do in this hospitality business, the people business. All right, now it's time for number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody's not meant to be a promoter or a curator. Can you bust those shots for me? We haven't done that in a while. Oh, thank you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Your taste level and or lived experience is paramount to you being elite when it comes to curating or promoting anything. Anything. You just can't jump in this game. You're going to waste money. You're going to lose money. You're going to constantly be chasing your tail. And there definitely is not enough money. And another thing that I'm seeing is too many of y'all trying to promote. There's a leader in organizations for a reason. There can be employees, there can be people that make money, but there is a leader for a reason. Choose your leader. Put the faith in them to take you to that place. Buy your supportive roles. I said it earlier. Other people's dreams can become your dreams. You can get the same outcome financially, spiritually, professionally, but a lot of times we don't want to push the one to the forefront. Back to my Soul Food Sunday this weekend. Some people just have that light, just have that energy, that je ne sais quoi. Okay? So make sure, y'all, that we get the ego out of this thing, because that's destroying this business. These egos, these demigod-like figures that have no sorcery to offer. Is that demigod and sorcery a stretch? Okay, I like putting those two words together. Google demigod. What I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, just trim the fat all the way around. All you men in a section with no women and All you women fake shooting machine guns and leave them bitches at home. All right, number 10, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only giving you 10. I could probably go further, but I want you to digest this and send it to someone that needs to hear it. Security, I know I'm talking to all my big dogs. Securing venues and making us safe. It is often a thankless and underappreciated job. We love you, we appreciate you, but that don't give you a right to become judge and jury throughout the night.
Come on, Jesus.
I'm telling you, some of y'all go way too far. You can get respect without acting like Debo.
Message.
This ain't a movie, dog. Like, it's really not that fucking serious. And if I see one more person in a bulletproof vest with some military grade artillery strapped to your chest, I'm not coming in. Because all this starts and ends with you, security. You can change the outcome of somebody's entire night by greeting them the proper way at the door. Hello, how you doing? I just want to tell you, you have this, that, and the third, but I want you to live, have a great time. I just don't want nobody saying nothing to you all night. Or, yo, your man's a little loud and I know he's not even in the club yet, so before he even get drunk, just make sure that he just doesn't get unruly. There's certain ways to diffuse and relax and make people feel good. You know, but all this disrespect will hold up tight, hitting nigga in the nuts, this, that, and the third. Sometimes you need to relax, player. It's not that serious. You have to do your job. You have to be forceful, but there are ways to do that. Be the incredible forces of nature you were meant to be, but be professional with that strong presence. Give me a hug, nigga. And as I close that out, y'all, I want to say this for all the people that look up to me. And, well, you do it, Kenny, you do this at a high level. And Well, first of all, I've been working for 30 years doing it.
Message.
You know, and I remember a time where I was a young street guy and I'm like, I want to go to Howard University parties, you know, but being a true DC guy, I had on the gray sweats, black tee, Go-A-Dome boots with the bandana. You can't wear that in this party, man. You look like the element. I didn't take it personal. I turned my fashion up. And we need these guardrails and rules, y'all, to do so. As I went to the next level, from college parties to Chicago's and the Ritz, I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to show up how I wanted to be received. And that had everything to do with my outfit. And ladies and gentlemen, no, I didn't always have it. You know what I'm saying? But I look like it. And I'm not talking about spending all my money on my last. You got to figure out how to put these things together so you can show up how you want to be received. So let's get back to that. Okay, we got to reset this table and make these necessary adjustments so we can make the experiences at these parties great again. I love y'all. We needed that little tidbit. And now it's time for Live from the Comments section. Tiffany, I know you got some comments over there.
Yes, sir, we do. And you ain't lying. A reset is definitely what we need because last week you was coming with it, okay? You are
good for my ego and I appreciate you.
You welcome.
She don't mean half of it. Okay, come on.
Well, no, listen, I'm out here trying to spread positivity just like you was giving people with doing it in these clubs.
Yeah.
And what's necessary, and the nation is responding well to it because Savvy and Simple love the fact that you gave us a break from the monotony, from that orangutan in office, giving us the latest in headlines. Mm-hmm. So much so, he said, yep, look at how they trying to build statues. And this is in response to your hot take on Charlie Kirk. He said, yep, look at how they're trying to build statues, name streets, and give him a national holiday. It's very telling that they're trying too hard, but none of them had tears, not even the wife.
Yeah, I don't believe none of that. Everything he's doing is about him. The new arc, I just saw a new arc being developed the other day. It's like, bro, get the fuck on. You know, then these other leaders around the world placating to the nonsense and not holding him responsible. We're going to keep having these conversations, child. But I want to go every 2 weeks before I got to talk about him unless there's something just outrageously necessary to share with the nation. So I agree, honey. I don't know what the fuck is going on, to be honest, because it just seemed like it's never ending. But Tiffany, I know we got some more comments over there, baby.
And yes, sir. And you know, people appreciate that break, but we also like sounding off, just like Classic C Gems did when he said, feel it, put it in your spirit, stir it up. Come on now, TKBS talking that talk and walking that walk. And that it was in response to your As the World Turns sideburns last week because you know you were spitting it when you told us that it's time for us to focus on us and stop paying attention to the negativity.
Hey, listen, child. First of all, pause. The beginning of that statement was big pause energy. I'm not from New York, but I felt the spirit. And we have to level set. We are in a time right now, you know, I found myself not shaking, but I put the phone down intentionally a few times this weekend, and I was like literally wanting to grab my phone, like almost like this neurological thing I couldn't control. Like it was a little frightening. But we gotta get calm and quiet and get away from the noise because it's too consuming. And I know it's our business here at TKBS, and we're gonna do our best job to continue bringing you guys amazing information and topics and things that matter, things that impact, inspire, and inform. But you gotta take them breaks too, child. I was telling Tiffany this morning, I ain't come up with the script to this morning because I just had no more brain capacity this weekend. And I know, Tiffany, we got one more comment.
Yes, sir, we do. And when I tell you that you be preaching even after the fact, because Jabbar is agreeing not only with what you're putting down now, but what you dropped last week in regards to the two systems dealing with Puffy and his situation.
Right.
He says facts. And the system used coercion against Puff to give him 4 years for the Mann Act charge that was only worth 1 year, which would have given him time served. Mm-hmm. And the thing about the coercion part is that he was found not guilty of coercion. The judge should be investigated and disbarred.
Listen, there's going to be a lot more of this coming down the line. A lot more of unfair, biased things happening. I just saw something actually today where they were talking about all the things that Donald Trump is emulating. And one in particular was he's going to these big universities like Texas, like the Longhorns, right? They won this weekend, by the way. But he's going to these big universities and he is saying to get your federal funding, you literally can't go against what we're saying. He's not necessarily saying in the literature that I saw that you have to abide by and be like us type shit. That's essentially what he's saying by saying you can't talk about us or belittle our movement. So y'all got to be very aware. This local election coming up in 2026 is going to be the only way we can stop Donald Trump. Listen to what I'm saying. The reason he is running amok is because he has the House and the Senate. Once the House and the Senate flips, he'll have guardrails like never seen before. And by the way, this government shutdown that you're experiencing, he's using that to the full extent of his power. He's getting rid of actual jobs. He's doing things to force Democrats, right, to bow out and bow down to everything he wants them to do. But in 2026, I know it seems like forever, ladies and gentlemen, but we have to vote, and we have to vote against like-minded. I'm not telling you party-wise. I'm telling you we have to vote against like-minded Trumpers. If they are aligned with this man, we have to put them on their heads. We cannot put them in office.
Amen.
Amen.
And now it's time for As the World Turns with Kenny Burns. In the immortal words of Oprah Winfrey, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. I need an air horn, Octavia. I need some round of applause. And I need you, TKBS Nation, to let that sizzle in your spirit. Amen.
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 All right. Now go out there and be great. Tell everyone you know about the Kenny Burns Show. And please do not forget to like, comment, and share so the Kenny Burns Show can be everywhere. I am on fire. I love you in real life. And on the count of 3, Ron, get over there on Tiffany's back and let's say our credo. I didn't mean it like that. Get behind her. No, get on the side of her as an equal. All right, goddamn. You ready, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, 3. The dream is real. The dream is real.